Howdy, y'all. I'm Mr. Holga.
And I am Todd Puckett.
And this is
Don's Used Photo Equipment.
Right here in front of the Great Wall of Film. So, hey, Todd.
Yes, sir.
We've been having a lot of fun talking about camera snobs.
Yes.
So much fun talking about camera snobs.
Yep.
So we are going to talk about, we're actually going to
hold. Well, not today, though. That's not the topic.
We're going to hold some camera snobbery right here for you guys. Okay,
well,
so stay tuned for that. We're going to delve a little bit into the cameras.
We're going to demonstrate the snobbery.
Yes, because I've got questions because some of these cameras have yet to be in my ownership yet, and it's like
there are cameras that you don't possess.
I know, and that's the part that hurts. It's deep down inside.
Gosh.
It's like I can't believe there's a camera I don't know.
Can you truly call yourself a photographer?
Right. Right. That's the hardest part.
Yeah.
But one of the things that you and I were discussing right off the bat was a potential for a new film out there. Now, I only saw a little bit of it. You sent me a link. We read into it a little bit more. And then we were also having a conversation about China Lucky Film too. Which one do you want to talk about first?
I guess the Lucky Film.
China Lucky Film.
Yeah. No,
is that the name, China Lucky Film, or is it just Lucky
it's just Lucky Film. It's from China.
Lucky Film, but it's from China.
Yeah, but I don't know much about that.
Why did they call it China then?
It's from China.
It's China.
Yeah. It's a shortcut.
Oh, okay. I see.
It's like Italian film Ferrani.
It's like Spanish flu, but this is China Lucky Film. I see.
But Spanish flu started in America.
Well, tomatoes.
Yeah. That's exactly right. It just they only figured it out when it got to Spain.
All right, so you said there's exciting potential for Lucky Film.
Yes, Lucky Film is I don't know, new company, old company, but they're doing film, and they are making film that will be cheap.
How cheap, Todd?
Man, I'm thinking it's about $4 or something.
Is this?
That's not dealer cost.
Is this only black and white? What are we talking about?
Only black and white. Right now.
Only black and white right now.
I don't know a whole lot about it. It's just that this is one of the things in which I am, whenever I get my act together, so maybe never.
He's been working on his act for years, guys.
20 some odd years, yeah. And but whenever I get my act together, eventually I'm going to delve more into it, find out what exact films they're going to have, when they're going to be available, etc. And but they're right off the bat, their main selling point and talking point is it's inexpensive.
It's cheap film.
Cheap film.
So speaking of the Great Wall of Film and cheap film that's on, what is the cheapest film that's on here right now? And I'm gonna guess it's like the Kent Mirror.
For black and white, technically it'd be the Cat Labs.
The Cat Labs?
$6.99 a roll.
Okay.
And Kent Mirror's
so
$7.
Well, that's $7.50, right?
Yeah. So 55 cents difference. For color, it's 200. Fuji 200. It's $6.95.
Right.
So
that is the cheapest film, the $6.95. But is that on special right now, though?
No, that's going to be the price.
$6.95 is the price.
That's the price right now.
Ooh, good times.
Yeah, and of course, we hate talking about pricing because everybody goes, "Well, you don't ship, so why are you telling us?" Believe it or not, there's rumors that people who actually live in the DFW area watch this video.
No,
I'm telling you.
Well,
so if you're from the DFW area and you're watching this, do a shout out in the comments section and go, yep, DFW, tell me where DFW you're watching this from.
I'm unembarrassed to say that moments ago, before we started shooting this video, that we were asked to have our photograph taken in front of the Great Wall of Film. Film.
He was not embarrassed at all.
On film.
Yeah.
Not just one shot, but two shots.
When that guy
just
left,
in case the first one broke the camera.
He was strutting like a peacock. He noticed me. He recognized me.
I'm standing over there thinking, nobody knows who I am in here today.
Nobody had said anything about him. But so many of them have been in here before with you that you're like, it's casual now.
Every now and then, someone will come in and say, "Hey, Mr. Holga," but not very often.
But this guy waited until the very end. He bought all of his stuff, and then he says, "Hey,
I need a picture of you two
in front of the wall."
What did I do?
Wait,
the
FBI, CIA. What did I do? Where are you? Yeah, we were wondering, but he just was a fan.
So once again, the Lucky Film, black and white. You're thinking only super low price.
Yep.
I mean, any timeline, or are they just I
had to read more up about it, but I'm actually more excited about the other China film coming out.
The other, it's a Chinese company.
Chinese company
that does lenses.
It does a lot of lenses.
Getting into film.
And they don't have a name for the film part of it yet.
What was the name of the company?
Well, it's Light Lens Company.
Light Lens Company. Now,
And
I
they
was
make
reading this
lenses
beforehand.
for Leicas
Yes.
and other cameras. So they make lenses. They're an existing company that makes products that sell. And so they're not, it's not a concept on paper.
Light Lens Lab.
Oh, Light Lens Lab.
Light Lens Lab has posted, this is their post, Happy Lunar New Year.
Yep.
Happy New Year, Todd.
Well,
It's the years of the snake.
there
There we go. We are excited to announce
Exciting. That's
that
exciting.
to celebrate this special occasion, we will begin researching, developing, and producing photographic and cinematic films.
Yes.
Films. They had a list of them.
And it's black and white,
Black and white.
up to 1600.
Okay.
C4,
100 speed to 1600, yes.
C40, C41,
C41.
E2CN,
No, E6.
E6.
Is that-
well,
excuse
okay,
me,
I'm not
right,
going
no,
in order.
No, so you're right. ECN2.
ECN2,
E6.
E6. And this is the most exciting part. This is the reason.
This is the whole reason why we're talking about this in the first place.
Yes. Peel apart.
Peel apart film.
That's all we know. Peel apart.
That's what they said. I think they said instant peel apart, but
Yeah, but is it going to be one sheet or is it going to be pack film?
yeah.
We do not know.
That is
Now,
very exciting news.
here-
Instant peel apart film.
Here is the difference between these two. Light Lens Lab, I don't think they have anything that they've made that they're showing.
No, they're just really excited.
They're really excited about it. So again, but what I like about this is they're not saying, "Hey, send us money."
Well, that is true. It's
did
true.
nowhere in
hey,
there.
maybe if you fund us a Kickstarter, we'll do this for you. No,
No.
they're just doing it.
They're just doing. It looks as though, by all intent and purposes, they are just doing this. And when they get to that point, they'll sit back and go, "Pay us."
So
It's
they
here.
see the writing
Now,
on the wall. The money is out there.
Lucky Film,
Yeah.
they actually have examples you can see taken with film that they're going to be selling.
Yeah, I
So-
much want to get some Lucky film.
So they have sit there test strips of like shades of gray, from like very light to very dark, and all these shades in between, that they are taking pictures with. And what I loved about this is they're using the Seagull updated.
Seagull, a bird.
Seagull, no,
Okay.
camera.
Oh.
Seagull.
Seagull.
Camera.
It's a camera. Oh.
It's a twin lens camera.
This one's a before my time, guys.
Yeah, oh, it is true. That's right. I'm sorry, I forgot you didn't know.
Well, I don't know all twin lens
no,
cameras.
I think that you're much more knowledgeable than sometimes you may be, because you're hanging around it so much that you know
I
a
might
lot
have heard
of stuff.
this one, but that one's beyond.
Yeah, so they used a Seagull updated camera to do test runs with the film. So Lucky is past the first stage of just thinking about it. They are actually shooting, testing, and modifying tweaking the formula.
Right.
And they're showing photos from the actual film, not from something else that they're attributing or making you want to think that that's where it came from. So Lucky's a step ahead in that regard, and I don't think that they're too far out from that coming out on the market.
Well,
If not, some of it already.
I apologize for us. We've jumped back and forth a little bit between Lucky Film and
Light. Well, I said Lucky Film has it. Yeah.
Well,
And Light Film.
You did, and Light
Light.
Lens Lab.
Lab.
Light Lens Lab and Lucky Film. Trying to separate these for you.
True.
But we're talking about the Lucky Film. Do you know if it was 35 and 120, or is it only 35?
Oh no, my guess is it's going to be everything.
Okay.
Because my guess is it's not only going to be 35, 120, it'd be 4x5 too. Is my
So
guess.
on one hand, we have a film company who's actually made some film trying to improve it. On the other hand, we have a lens company that would really like to make some film, and they've made us that almost unreachable promise of instant peel apart film.
Why do they call that vaporware?
Vaporware.
But this is something to really be kind of interesting in following and in tracking it and see what happens, because they're not asking for money to start it.
Which is nice.
That's the exciting part. So it makes me think that this is a much more serious attempt.
Right.
And but we will follow it. If there's a way to get subscribed to it, I'll subscribe to them and get the letters, or their emails and updates and everything. Because I have sent out 15 requests for updates on Film Ferrania, and I haven't gotten a single update.
Hey, this man does not quit, guys. He goes beyond the borders of the United States to try and contact these companies who don't speak English as their first language, trying to, I need this product.
What's going on? Are you still living, breathing?
Speaking of vaporware, though, I do know there's a company in Rochester that still owes us one film.
Yes, and we don't know what's going to happen with that.
I'm just never going to let them forget that they owe me a film.
You said, you know what, though? Years and years ago, they said that we're going to make a Super 8 camera.
Yes.
And then they said, no, we're not. And then they said, here it is.
And it was so expensive,
but
no one would want to buy it.
Oh, no, there's people buying it. It has a very...
It's a $5,000 camera, if I remember.
Oh, my God. To Steven Spielberg, that's what? That's pocket change.
Yeah, but for his nostalgia, he probably has his cameras where he grew up when he was a kid. He doesn't need this camera.
No, he doesn't have one that will record. He doesn't have this one.
Okay.
He doesn't have this one. So Kodak got there.
Eventually.
So we're expecting Kodak to get there eventually.
They will eventually give us that brand new film.
Brand new film. And I will be excited about that too and carry it up on the Great Wall. And now, this is what you and I were talking about a little bit on this topic.
Yeah.
When Lucky gets the film out and it starts coming across the pond. Well, now, is it a pond on that side, or is it just a pond on the east side?
The pond is always referred to the Atlantic.
That's what
I'm not quite sure what we talk about.
So this would be the lake?
the pool? I don't know.
Pool?
The Pacific's bigger.
A lot, yeah. But when it does come across, and let's say it's below $5 or $5 or below.
Yeah.
How are other companies going to react to that?
That's an interesting thing, because I think some people who are sitting rather pretty upon their little film empires are going to have to start saying, we're losing market share to this cheaper film. I wonder if we should lower the price.
Or create cheaper alternatives.
Or create cheaper alternatives. Yeah.
Film. Yeah. So it will that competition for things like that is always good for the consumers. I mean, it's hopefully.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. So this is a multi-layered watch. You watch them coming out with the film. You watch the market react to it. What happens with how they're going to compete with it. We're going to follow this and keep you up to date on it. But Lucky with the film coming out, awesome news, cheap. Light Lens Lab with the film coming out.
It's a bit of a tongue twister.
It is, Light Lens Lab. And but whenever they do that, come out with this pill-apart film, wow.
Yeah, and of course, what was your wish? If they came out with their peel-apart film, would somebody else we know say, that's a great idea?
Well, we can't let them take over that complete market. Although
they'll have a monopoly.
They're doing so well with Instax. Instax is just crushing Polaroid.
Yeah, we're talking about Fujifilm, of course.
Fujifilm.
Yeah, our beloved
Instax.
Our beloved FC100 and the FB100 3000B, right?
Yeah, but my guess is that, like you said, is that
ship has sailed.
That ship has sailed, unless the 3Ls starts making film that sells like 200 million packs.
Can we just start calling them L3 like
L3
like 3M?
L3
3M.
L3. When L3 comes out with
Light Lens Lab.
And see, I'm tongue-tied, so it's harder for me
to really
say that.
Say it 3 times fast, and you'll understand our problem.
Light Lens Lab. But man, that's killing me right there. Okay, never mind. I'm tongue-tied, so that's
all right,
tough.
So, hey, guys, that's 2 bits of great news. Potential films coming up.
Yep, and it's going to be fun to watch what happens.
It is certainly will. Before we move on to the next bit of film, we're going to talk more film here. We had a great 2 last videos were phenomenal. They went through the roof, and
Yes.
we would like to thank you guys for watching, and we appreciate it very much.
Yeah. We even had some comments, which
We had some comments.
may talk
and
about later.
If we have some time, we'll have some comments at the
If
end.
not,
So
another video.
So stay tuned, and I'm sure one of the comments is that we talk over each other. So it's certainly.
No, that's the one coming out next.
Can you grab the big boxes?
Oh, okay.
The big boxes. So I have one of these. I have one of these right here, and now, which of course
this was my first one, which was a mistake.
it was. You said it was a mistake, and of course I went ahead and bought myself a 100-foot roll. And spring is coming because remember I said spring is going to be the best time to go shoot this with all the new fresh greens and flowers and all that kind of stuff. Because infrared does phenomenal. So what we're talking about is bulk rolls. Now, Todd, you don't normally carry bulk rolls.
No. I really never did because I would buy it. Somebody go, oh, you get it, and I get it,
And then it's sitting on the shelf. But I see from the shelf, you want to hold those up, you bought some bulk rolls, and I'm so proud of you.
Yes, I have the FP4. I've got HP5 on order. It's gone. It's on back order. And then I'm sitting there looking at this going, wow, well, let's just expand it.
Yeah.
Kent 100, Kent 400, 100-foot rolls. And the good thing about this is the Kent is a lot more affordable. It's like 70-something a box.
Yeah.
That's like 117.
Woo!
So we got choices. We got the stuff everybody knows and loves. We got some people on the outside that people are going, for the $40 savings, maybe give it a try.
Yeah. I mean, this is one of those things. Once you get set up and you can do bulk loading, obviously it helps to have a bulk loader.
I've sold one of those. I've sold several of the other one. This one, sold several of these.
Right.
Sold one of these and one of these, so they're selling, and that's the good news.
Right. But what I'm saying is you need some equipment, though. You need a bulk loader.
Yep.
And you need some empty canisters. Now,
Yes,
empty canisters can be done two ways. You can either get
Plastic.
the plastic ones. Actually, yeah, you can get the plastic ones. Here you go.
And
You can get the metal ones, or you can just reuse some existing ones. But you have to when you do your own film, you have to leave a little bit of a tail so that you can tape it together and have it go in there. So I haven't done that part yet, but I'm working on getting some of the cans. As a matter of fact, you had some cans.
Yeah.
You
And
had
not
some-
the can cans. But
No, not the cans. And one of these was already open, so I'll just pop it open. And these are the nice little, these are actually Kodak Snapcap 135 magazines. In original boxes. You never know what you're going to find at this place. Yeah, that's metal.
It is indeed.
You just bite on it like a gold medal or something. Yeah,
Gold
that's
coin.
metal, all right. And I hate it when they do that at the Olympics.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's
It's so cliche. It's like, get over it. Anyways, but hey, don't come in here looking for these because these are going on with me. Sorry. Things like that kind of happen sometimes. If I see something, I'm like, ooh, I needed one of those.
Well, I set them aside because you were talking about them. And I thought, well, this would be interesting.
Yeah. Well, I did get some. And, of course, I needed a few more.
Now you need a few less.
I'm probably maxed out right now, but
Yeah.
But it would be nice, you might want to put that on your list.
Christmas list?
If you get into more bulk stuff, you probably need to find some more
yes,
cans.
that makes the good ones. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
But there's so many of those. And I always am leery of buying them on the internet because there may be light leaks or cracks in it or something. But there's so many of them out there like that, and the new ones are kind of expensive. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not.
It's like there needs to be a good source out there for them. I haven't seen a good source in years. That's the unfortunate part with film photography. These things kind of go by the wayside.
True.
All right.
Now, bit of good news in cleaning things up, and you probably haven't noticed, but
no, not at all.
it's kind of hard to. But you've noticed some new stuff in here that's shifted around.
Yes, it's more plasticky in here.
It is. It is more plasticky, and that is because somebody said, "Hey, I need caps," and so I went back and I couldn't get to them, but after they left in that night for the next 2 hours, I cleared out. I cleared a path so I can get to my caps section. I have. This is a Leica R body cap. Leica R. So I got a whole box right here. Leica R body caps. I've got Hasselblad body cap, a Hasselblad rear lens cap.
Right.
And I got a big box of those. Over there, I've got 5 boxes of, I don't know, 3 or 4, of
Well,
but
the ultimate thing is you've got a bunch of these types of boxes around.
Yes,
with
that have
various
lens
caps,
caps,
body caps, little bitty filters in them. So in other words, he's found his doodads.
My doodads.
He's found all his
I knew where they
doodads
were.
and accessories.
I gained access to my doodads.
Yes. And so if you
And
come in and
that
say,
is-
hey, I'm looking for instead of, oh, I've got it around here somewhere, he'll be able to say, oh, I know right what that is.
Yeah, but the Leica caps I've got over there, I've got a Leica rear cap plastic metal, and I've got a body cap plastic metal. I got a screw mount body cap metal.
Oh, that's cool.
So I've got a lot of Leica things that are, and Hasselblad.
Well, but now that you found them all, nobody's going to ask for them.
Yes, that normally happens.
Now that you know where they all are.
I was in there trying, what the heck is
That's
that?
my lens cap.
Oh, yeah.
You
Well,
can't sell the
for
lens
$3
cap
you
to
can
the
have it.
camera. Oh, I can. Thank you very much.
But so that is the new clutter. You know, you can tell things have changed because the clutter's different.
Well, it shifts a little bit.
Yeah.
So, but it kind of comes and goes and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I've been selling a lot of things that have cleared things out. So whenever it clears out, I bring more stuff in.
Well, that's how it
That's
works.
it goes.
So people can come in and see new things.
Now, one of the things that I have been able to pick up and clear out and find, and et cetera, have been, you've mentioned one time that you might be interested in a Hasselblad.
I've always been, and I'm going to grab these two because this is the camera snobbery we're going to actually be on. Because I've got questions. I've never owned or used a Hasselblad before. And you showed this one to me a couple weeks ago, and I think I gravitated toward it because it looks old. It looks used, and I like that. I like that a lot.
It has that time period appeal to it.
Right.
And one of the things that I've told you about this, and you may not remember it, but one of the things I've told you about this is how you tell how old the camera is. Right here, it says TE.
You count the rings?
Nope, yeah. And right here it says TE.
Okay, TE.
So hold this.
Okay.
Now this is kind of what you do. It goes VHPICTURES. So what is it, ET?
TE.
TE, so T is 6. 69.
So they're using Victor as the
Victor Hasselblad Pictures, which there's no 2 letters that are the same.
Okay.
And there are 10 of them there from 1 to 0.
Okay.
And
so you're saying this is a 69 body.
E. So VHPICTURE. So right there, 69.
So this is a 69, but now the back here is an RV.
So that would be then, of course.
See, I'm screwing with him, guys.
I know, but still, I need to practice on doing this because I should be able to do this a lot quicker. But you said R?
RV. 71?
Yeah. No, 81.
81.
81.
Oh, the R is an 8?
Yeah, PICTUR. Yeah.
81. So the back is an 81, but the body's a 69.
Yes.
Okay, very interesting.
That's basically how you tell how old the cameras are and the bikes are.
So so this one has the prism to it.
Yeah, it's a metered prism.
Metered prism.
Metered prism, and this is the other thing. Now, you have the 500C.
This is a 500C.
Now, see, this one right here is a UI. This right here is a US. So this is closer to the same time frame. Now, you took this off. Here's the difference, and this is pretty much 90% of the difference between the two. Right here, see these 2 little nubs?
Well, why don't we do it this way?
Well, because what you're going to do is you're going to take a picture of this and then show it while we're talking.
If I'm that good.
They're not going to be able to see this. But right here, you have two little things that you can push back.
Right.
And when you push back,
you can remove the focusing screen. Well, you can't with this one, though. This one requires screwdriver.
That one requires a screwdriver, which is far more difficult than you think because, wow, let's see here. There we go. That one's far more difficult than you understand because whenever you unscrew it and take it out, and then you're sitting there trying to figure out, and you got to switch it out for, let's say, a version that is lets more light in, bright light. Then you had to screw these things back in exactly in order to have it to where it focuses properly.
Okay.
This is automatically, whenever you just drop it in, pull it out, this is automatically at the proper level it needs to be for focusing. This one has the 4 screws that needs to be adjusted so that you don't have one slightly above the other.
Well, that is an interesting difficulty right there.
And that's why that's the oldest one, that's the C. And whenever they changed that out and made the adjustments, they call it a CM.
So
but otherwise, they are pretty much exactly the same.
So guys, I don't really know anything about Hasselblad cameras. And I guess
the
first thing right off the bat here is, why are they Carl Zeiss lenses? Are these not Hasselblad lenses on here? Or are they all made by Carl Zeiss?
They're all made by Carl Zeiss. And that is, there are many different levels of these lenses. These are the oldest ones. Well, actually, the chrome ones are the oldest.
Right.
This is the next version of it. Now, the T-star means the coating on it. So if you look at the coating, you notice how this has, that's more blues and this is more purples, and there's a lot more things along the line. Difference.
Okay.
Now, whenever you sit there and you change the f-stop or the shutter speed, both the f-stop and the shutter speed move together.
Yes, they do.
So this was created for photographers who knew what they were doing.
I somewhat know what I'm doing.
No, for like project shooting.
Okay.
Because whenever you're sitting there and you're shooting, let's say a product,
right,
and then you have the exact, it should be 5.6 at f8 or eighth of a, or let's make it more realistic. Hold on here.
Real, get real, Todd.
Get real. Let's say 1/25th at 5.6. Well, okay, whenever you get your proper meter reading and whatever it is, and you set it on here, well, you can go +1, -1. You can sit there and step up, step down, or do scale.
Right, you've locked it in. So
you've locked it in, and so everything that you do like this is just stepping up and stepping down, pushing, pulling.
Okay, I like that.
But it's not really push and pull because it comes out. It changes the meter correctly.
It keeps it in sync is really what it's doing. So
and so you can sit there and do multiple shots of one thing on each side to nail it.
Okay.
Now the newer ones, they're separate.
Yeah.
You don't do that. You don't do one and everything goes with it. They're separate because a lot of the people then are shooting for fun and they just want to change one and they don't want to have to sit there and keep doing the change with the button here. But that's the difference on the old buttons and the new buttons.
Old buttons, new buttons.
And then on the part like this is the old style because whenever it comes up, you flip, 4 sides flip up.
Right.
Then you push, the sides down and do that. With the new one, you do this, and it's all one thing, and the sides
fold in themselves, right?
So whenever
closet doors, those closet doors that squeeze in.
Yeah. I was going to say French doors, but that's different. The closet doors.
Oh.
So whenever you push in right here, then it doesn't flap. It's all connected, and it just folds in and pulls everything down. So here, anyway, this is the old style, which is more current with these models. The newer ones have it all one. And then you have all of the box. And both of these box are A-type box, which means whenever you wind it, it stops. You don't have to sit there and look, like pull this down and look. The first versions of these had holes in the back. And so you would sit there and pull it down, and then you would wind it to where you'd see the next number, and then you'd come out. So this you can wind without having to look.
So what do we got taped onto the back here? What is this little black mask thing here for? I mean, is this like the old film holder thing? Oh, this is just the back holder. Oh, look at there. Because I noticed this person has it on each one of them.
Yes.
So it's a holder for this. It's a slide holder.
Yeah, right
See,
there.
like I said, I don't know anything about these cameras, guys.
Because so many people will sit these things down and
They'll
walk
lose them.
off and lose
And
them.
they'll not have them anymore.
And then they'll get to where they need to be, and then they will sit there and
like,
go,
"Oh,
okay, I
damn."
need to open this up, I need to take this off, and you cannot take this thing off unless you have this in here.
Oh, it won't let you actually click the button?
Yeah, let's see here. Well,
I'll
first of all,
hold. Or you hold.
see, won't come off.
Oh, I like that.
The back will not come off
Ooh,
because
it's
it
a
will
safety
expose.
catch.
It will expose everything.
Yeah.
And then, so with this in there, you can then take it off and switch out the film in the middle of shooting.
Very
Now,
nice.
whenever you finish, you don't have to take everything off because what you do is you simply pull it out.
Yeah, you don't have to take it off, or you can switch back.
And whenever you have it in there, you should have, whoops, let's see here. This should be over here with the side of this part sticking out here. That should be there on that side. Because then we put the new one in, you roll it around, and then you go, yay.
Do you make the noise too?
I do. Yay. Place it in, close it up, it's locked in. Then, boom, it stops. You're ready to rock and roll. And when you take this thing out here and put it back here.
No, you just put it in a holder in the
know.
back.
You see two white dots right here. And then whenever you push the button, see that goes red?
Okay.
That goes red.
Ooh, look at that.
That means they're both fired. So then you need to wind it. White, white. So you're ready to fire again. Now you cannot take the lens off. You cannot take the back off if it's been fired and not cocked. These have to be cocked in order to take
There are so many rules here.
There are. But
I'm going to have to watch a video. Maybe I have to watch this video twice.
yeah. A few times. I do.
Well, I already...
One other thing I was going to tell you, though.
Yes.
This is the other thing. This one right here has a lever like this. This one right here does not.
Right, and that's kind of like the Rolleiflex kind of winders, you know.
So this winder right here is actually a newer winder than those in that regard. This is a more modern. And again, to the white, now you're able to, because if this was fired, you would not really be able to get the back on. You would have to wind it up, back.
Well, one of the things I did, it's like I put this on here, and I said, okay,
Oops,
great.
off, you're off.
No, on the bottom. Hold, please. All right, so I put it on here, and then I slid this on. Okay, great. But I thought it was interesting because I immediately can't fit this in there.
Yeah, you had to put that on before you do that.
And of course, I'm like, well, how can you get that in there? Because as looking at this, okay, when you slide this in here, you'll notice it's going to be right over that top latch where this is supposed to go. However, somebody very geniusly thought about this because they put a nice little button over here to the side.
Yeah.
That allows you to make that click into place.
Right.
Thank you, Hasselblad. That was very nice of you to do that. Because otherwise, you're going to have to get a screwdriver under there and get this thing on.
Yeah.
But it is a heavy camera.
It is.
I mean, this is probably as heavy as my Graflex. I wouldn't be surprised if this is like an 8-pound camera.
It's a lot. No, dude. I mean, with the back with this, and that's heavy.
That is heavy.
And with this lens,
That
because this
particular
is a bigger lens. Now the lens on here right now is a 50 millimeter wide angle. So for this camera, 80 millimeter has been sort of the normal.
Right.
The equivalent of 50.
So this is more of a wide focus then for this particular camera.
Correct. So 50 would be about a 28.
I think it's pretty close to half. I think it's probably...
I'd say about 24, 28.
I'd say about the 28,
But then you have a 65, which would be about a 35.
Yeah.
Ish equivalent. So yeah, there are scales out there that you can read, and it'll tell you what what becomes the equivalent of a 50.
You know, I was just thinking this would look really cool if it was school bus orange, yellow, orange. It would really stand out.
Yeah, it sure would. Of course,
people would make fun of me. And, you know, you have
they
several
don't,
other
they
pieces.
They don't need that to make fun of
I know. I mean, this is also nice looking as well. Nice 350 millimeter lens. However, you're saying it's not the same 350 because it's a medium format camera. So this is probably more like, if we cut it in half, about a 160, 175 type of lens, right?
Well, what'd you say? That's a 350?
It says 350.
Okay, well, then 80 then doubling, so it'd be 50 doubling. That's 160, that's 100. So this is more like a 200 millimeter lens.
Okay.
Because
but it's not 350, but, you know, it says
50,
it's 350.
100, 200. Yeah, so that'd be a 35 millimeter 200.
So it's always amazing what Todd's got floating around here.
Well, these are all pretty recent acquisitions. So
if you watch this video years from now, it might not be here.
Yeah.
But I also stumbled upon one more camera. Like I said, guys, this is kind of a camera snobbery we're talking about here, because these are the kind of cameras that people kind of gravitate towards because they're well built. They take really great pictures. They've got the famous names, all that kind of good stuff. Mm-hmm. Now, I liked this one initially because of the bag that is in.
Yeah.
This is, I mean, it looked right off the bat, I thought Todd was collecting bowling equipment here.
Well, yeah,
because I'm thinking
does.
Bowling bag. But this is a bag specifically for
Nikonos.
Nikonos. Now, I've got a couple.
Now, these are not near as what they used to be.
Not nearly as pretty.
Yeah.
But this is the one right here. These are underwater cameras.
Yeah, this is the 4A. And that now people go, well, I haven't seen those. Where is that? What is blah, blah, blah. Well, the bottom line on these is they just got them in. They're not that popular, so I haven't really priced them.
Right.
Yet. I'm still trying to figure out the price.
No, but they're cool-looking cameras.
They are.
They are cool-looking cameras. However, I understand they're not great for street photography because they're really meant for going underwater, guys.
Yes.
Now, this one has a lens right here. It's just not particularly on here. But, you know, these things are so totally made to go underwater. They are watertight. They are big. They're bulky. They're easy to handle. You know, the nylon and the rubber straps to them. I mean, this whole thing says...
Well, this right here is
could be an add-on.
It's not.
But these whole things are saying to me, it's like, hey, I'm cool and I'm a deep-sea diver. But you know, if you're looking for something like this, these are fantastic, aren't they?
They really are. The 4, I think, is the one everybody wants.
The 4?
What is this one?
This is a V.
Right there. So it's a 5. Nope. So the 5. The older one, the more recent ones, the newer ones are the ones that people want.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've got the whole bag is filled with related items. There's a strobe in there.
Because it's on 6. I just wanted to say, is there any film in here? I don't think there is.
I don't think so either.
No film in here.
But
they're cool looking cameras though. It'd be interesting if they could just shoot regular. But you know, the lenses that they put on these things are really for kind of up close and underwater and all that kind of good stuff. So you're not going to really get the same kind of street lens that you want out of something like this.
Push, close,
latch,
lock.
I mean, that's water sealed, guys. It's a big way to get into these things, right?
It is. It is really cool.
So you're saying Dad hasn't had a chance to play with these yet to figure out if they work, and you haven't found out what their price is?
You know, last time I got something like this, I put them in a box and I sold them.
As a bulk?
As a bulk.
Okay.
And I don't know. So I have no idea. Processing those things right there are more important.
Well, of course. You want to get those out the door. They're great stuff.
But the other thing is, since our last video...
We had a video?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's been a long time.
Not that long.
Well, it has been in the sense of, since that video, I have done a lot more stuffing of items inside these.
The cases are getting fuller. The cases are getting fuller.
I've had at least nearly 15 more, I think 15 more Nikon lenses I actually have a basic cheap digital camera setup outfit over there.
What?
Yeah. Camera, a body, a lens, and box, and $150. I forgot. It's a Nikon D something 200. I don't know what it is, but it's ready to go. It takes compact cards, and it's ready to rock and roll.
Vintage digital, it's coming back.
It is, but everybody wants the small itty bitty ones.
I've seen the ones that take the 3.5 floppy. Even those are, those are so cumbersome and horrible to use. People are like, "Oh, this is so awesome! I need to use one."
Awesome. Yes, that's very, very true. And but I had a Minox up here, sold that. Found another Minox camera, sold that. One? So I've sold both of my Minoxes, and I've got another. I got more back there. I got to find.
Well, you had a customer come in and says, "Well, I haven't been here in X number of months," and it's like,
10 months. Since we've moved.
This place changes all the time. I mean, you don't know what you're gonna. If you don't come in, it's like half price.
Once a month.
You have to come in and see what's new
from out of state.
Yeah, it could come from anywhere.
Yeah, and so this is their first time to see the new store.
Oh, okay.
And she said that, I'm going to try to make it back once a month. Once a month now, and just
promises.
Yeah, it's been 10 months since the last time. But yeah, I mean, new location, new everything, and they're excited because the cyanotypes I have for future use. Know that I have that now. You can actually see inside all of the cabinets. That's different since last time.
That's helpful.
Whenever you walk in for the first time at the new location, there's so many changes and like that it's just overwhelming. And now that this is like this, she sit there and look at it. And she goes, the wall, the Great Wall of Film.
This has a name.
She looks at it and goes, I can see all of the film now. It's easier to see.
Condé Nast top 10 film photography destination here, guys.
Right there.
Oh, and speaking of which, you still need to help us spread the word on the Great Wall of Film.
The hashtag the Great Wall of Film.
The Great Wall of Film, big capital T. Let people know about it far and wide because I don't really want it. They said the Great Wall of Film is in L.A. No, I don't think so.
No. They only dream.
That might be the Great Wall of Movies.
Yeah.
But not film.
Yeah.
This is the Great Wall of Film.
It's not film. This is film. So, this is sort of a hodgepodge day, but it's a lot of interesting topics out there that we've kind of covered today. Is anything else that we've got to go over?
Well, let's take a look at a few comments. We got a minute for comments. My first fine comment from Jack. This is so juvenile.
Thank you, Jack.
We appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
thank you. Appreciate it very much.
Now, tell us what's juvenile about it.
I'd rather not. No,
I don't care. But
this one was about the analog camera, analog AF1, was it?
Yeah.
This is from Lee. The only way analog could produce a new high-performance point-and-shoot camera in the time they provided would be to purchase patents and designs from pre-existing cameras. A new shutter mechanism alone would cost in the high six figures to design, manufacture. We agree with all this. That's kind of like we were raising the red flag, right?
Well, yeah. And what's... Yes.
It's not cheap to build a new camera from scratch.
But I noticed that between that video that came out and now, somebody else came out with a video of scams, camera scams. In the title, and I'm thinking, well, maybe they just everybody kind of has different ideas at the same time, or maybe sometimes somebody sees something and says, let's trade on that. But yes, but what they were doing as a camera scam possibly was the Y Deluxe, and I'm thinking that has first of all, they're not asking for money. Nope. There's no Kickstarter on that,
and there's some good names behind it.
There are solid names behind it. Yeah, Jeff Bridges would not be doing something like this.
Oh, I hope
that's
not.
his passion.
Yeah,
it's his passion. He wouldn't be just doing this for fun, to just and then he got ADOX in with it, which is a solid company. So that's not a scam. Right. It'd be a tragedy if it doesn't happen. But we're not going to lose money over it. There's not going to be a Kickstarter loss fund on that.
Yes, and Kickstarter is not a guaranteed thing.
No,
So it
no.
is not. All right, so let's see here. I can't pronounce this name.
Oh, don't pronounce names.
It's
just read
okay.
it.
So if a new photographer is working for a news organization, this is about the Nick Ut. So if a news photographer is working for a news organization directly, then they normally have a contract that the news org owns the photo copyrights to all shots of the jobs. Normally, the photographer will get name credit and is eligible for a Pulitzer, but the news organization owns the negatives. So that's an interesting perspective on that. I mean, you hear in copyright law that as soon as the photographer clicks the button that they own the picture. However, there are certain instances where there are work for hire, so you can click the button all you want, and essentially those pictures are owned by somebody else. So,
right.
So we technically don't know who actually makes money off that particular picture. That was the Napalm Girl picture, but obviously it was Nick Ut that got the Pulitzer Prize for it. So,
which I think you get money for winning that prize, don't you?
You probably get prize money, which is not bad, bad, and a little bit of claim to fame, and it probably helps your career.
Claim to fame,
So all that kind of good stuff.
So you benefit from it.
You should, yes.
And that's what Jim Domke was stating, that he was beside the guy who took the photo that won the Pulitzer, and he missed it by a fraction of a second, and with that loss, becomes a lot. But he had a lot of other photos that he took that became well known, but that he has the negatives too. So interesting.
Yeah, interesting. From Carrie, no camera or photography snobbery here. I love it all. Please just keep you two being you two. Don't need to change how you talk to each other. That's part of the fun.
So stay juvenile.
It's part of the fun of watching, and can tell you that you two are old friends and how you are with each other without the camera.
I've only known you about 5 years.
Thanks for another fun show. Here's another one. This is Lee something or other about that doc on the Vietnam girl photo. Sounds like a PR for this doc. I mean, come on, it's 2025. Wait until now. Nobody came forward. Yeah, and that makes sense to us. I mean, there is an update to the story.
Oh yeah.
And of course, I don't have my printout with me, but as expected. Just to recap briefly, somebody is saying that Nick Ut did not take the Napalm Girl photo. It was somebody else. And as we should be expected, a lawsuit is now pending. So
from who? Who's suing who?
Well, obviously, Nick Ut is probably suing. So, because this essentially destroys his good name. For
right.
you don't take credit for a picture for over 50 years, and then somebody proved that somebody else didn't without.
Yeah, you're just slinging mud.
There's certain degrees of personal damages based upon this. So, but the documentary did come out at the Sundance Film Festival. And I would assume that a lawsuit would prevent the documentary from going out nationwide, like Netflix or something like that, right? So, it might not be coming to a theater near you.
That would be interesting to follow. See, I didn't even think
that would be more interesting news.
Yeah. So you will keep us up to date on that.
Yeah, because it's when you're trying to destroy somebody's career at the end of their life, I'm like, well, really, what's the point? But people are like that. Didn't Deep Throat come out just before he passed away? Said, "Hey, I was Deep Throat."
Deep Throat was outed before he came out.
No, I thought it was his wishes to do.
No, not at that. It was done against his timetable.
It's not an
X-rated movie.
No.
It's a event from '70s.
Go watch All the President's Men. It's a legit film.
Well, it's a Hollywood version of a legit film. Event of a legit event.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, and then I got it. It's like I wish I could figure out where I got this from, but I did get an email, and I can't find the email, basically saying, "Thank you for the video on the analog AF1.
Okay.
It does look sort of fishy.
Okay. Questionable, yeah.
Questionable. I can't. I'm giving a gist of. I didn't memorize it, but it's basically thank you for this, and I will wait for an actual camera and film from the camera before I make a decision on how to proceed with that.
Oh yeah.
And which is all we're saying to do. We're not saying that this will rip you off. We're just simply saying, right now, I would wait until you actually had something that was in hand, taking the pictures that you see, before you kind of make more of a judgment. And you were telling me that somebody else was looking at it going, oh my God, yes.
Oh, somebody else put out a different YouTube video saying, oh, this looks like the greatest thing ever. But mind you, he hasn't touched one. He doesn't, has no proof, has no feel. He just thinks that everything
the marketing
he sees is fantastic.
Slick, yeah.
And which, of course, it is. It looks nice, but it doesn't look like a real camera. That's the problem. That's the problem.
Yeah. So we've had a lot of fun follow-ups on things like this that we see. Now, I like to think that sometimes we kind of set a trend on these things, but who knows? Maybe we're just following the trend and not knowing it.
Well, speaking of trends, though.
Well, we have fun with it.
Speaking of new cameras, though, so I did reshoot my roll in the Rolly 35 autofocus.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that I'm actually going to be developing this weekend. So
cool.
Maybe our next video is a review of the Rolly 35 autofocus. So I can let you know if I liked it, didn't like it. So stay tuned for that, guys.
Yeah, that would be fun.
You have anything else exciting for us?
Oh, there's so much stuff that it's like, yeah, but no.
We'll be here all day.
We will be here all night, and he really is. I mean, it's like he comes by and goes, oh my God, 2 hours, what? You know, I mean, whatever much we do it, he grinds it down to about
I whittle it down to a reasonable amount.
Right, he tries.
All right, guys, with that, please, as usual, do share, like, subscribe, tell a friend.
Yeah, tell your enemy, tell everybody.
Tell 2 friends.
Tell it on their rooftop, just shout it.
Tell Mama Holga she needs to watch this video.
And if you're in the DFW area, tell us, hey, I am local and I watch this.
Or you could come into the store and say, hey, I saw your last video.
We have that happen. I do have that happen. That's fun, and that's kind of
Todd
fun.
poses for pictures.
Yes. A hound for publicity. Mm-hmm. Is that a publicity hound then?
Yeah, well, fade us to
there
black,
you go.
Fade us to black.
Gone.